So after a slight delay due to the fact of me having absolutely zero free time the last couple of weeks, we're finally back and finally ready to reveal the top 3 games of my top 9 games of 2010. But before I do that, let's take a look back at the first 6 games on the list. Coming in at number 9 was Lego Rock Band. Number 8, we had MLB 10 The Show. And number 7, we had Dirt 2. Coming in at number 6 was UFC Undisputed 2010. Number 5, we had Red Dead Redemption. And at number 4, we had Fallout New Vegas. That, of course, brings us to number 3, which is NCAA Football 2011. Now, you guys know what a college football fan I am, so it was natural that this game would make the list somewhere. And it is probably one of the best sports games that I have played in recent memory. It's a well done representation of college football, and I just have a blast playing it. I'm in actually 3 different online dynasties that most of them with the same group of guys. There's a couple different guys in each one, but there's a core group of us that actually are in all 3 of them. And we just have a blast playing the game together. It's, user matchups are a ton of fun. Getting to play with, other people online, and we have message boards that go along with each of the dynasties. You trash talking on there. You're talking about, oh, I landed this recruit, or I did this in my game, and it's just a lot of fun. And there's a community element of it. That's a lot of fun. As far as the game itself, it is presented extremely well. I mean, you really get that college football feel from the entrances, like you see here. Especially with each schools that have unique entrances, like Clemson running down the hill and touching Howard Rock, and the smoke that the Hurricanes have, and just the tapping the sign like Notre Dame does, the Play Like a Champion Today sign. All of that is in the game and is represented there, and it's really, really well done. This particular game is actually from one of my online dynasties where I play as Miami, in this game against North Carolina. That was supposed to be against another user, but he actually switched teams off of North Carolina right before we played, and then subsequently switched back a little bit later on. So it's kind of funny that I got to beat up on his CPU-controlled North Carolina team and cost him the division that year. But so, like I said, it's presented really well. It feels like college football. A lot of people compare NCAA to football. NCAA to Madden. And, to me that's an unfair comparison. Yes, they're both football games, but they're 2 totally different styles of play in college as opposed to pro. There's a lot of stuff, like option and stuff that takes place in college that's not in the pro game. So it's a different game. So you can't really compare the 2, at face value, although they take a lot of the things, and put them in each game. But NCAA is really its own game. And it's by far one of my favorites, and it's a game that, being a college football fan, I buy the game every year, and I'm not usually disappointed. So I am going to step aside here and let you guys watch a little bit of this game between the Hurricanes and the Tar Heels, and I will see you on the other side with game number 2.
So it's 3rd down, and they've got about 2 yards to go. Makes it, and he's tackled short. That was a nice stretch for the D there.
Yeah, they really cranked it up a notch on that series.
4th down. Here comes the punter, looking to boot this one away. 27. How about the coverage there?
Just a great job there by the punt team to get downfield and make the play on the return man before he could get loose.
Handoff on the counter. And he's taken down around the 43-yard line.
If you can consistently run effectively like this, it'll force the defense to pay more attention to the run, and that creates chances in the play-action passing game.
They'll go with a run once again. Sheds that one. About 8 yards there.
What sprung this play was some pretty good blocking up front. They read the blitz and picked it up nicely.
Thompson back to throw. Makes the catch, and he's got nowhere to go. Nothing gained on the play.
Nice grab there by the tailback to at least move the ball forward for some positive yards.
And some daylight. Very good tackle in space. This young man has just established himself as the school's most prolific quarterback.
See the best quarterback they've ever seen around here? You can make a pretty good argument.
Fires complete over the middle. There's a very impressive open field tackle. Nice pickup as they connect on the pass play.
They look to be in sync right now. They're both reading the defense properly, and the result is a nice game.
Nice run up the middle.
The defense doesn't seem to have an answer right now. They might need to change up some of their scheme. Even though they didn't sack him, the pressure was still enough to force a bad pass. If you can get in there and disrupt the pocket, then the quarterback is going to have a tougher time getting the ball to his playmakers.
And this play is number 8 on the drive. It's second down. Throws, and he's got a man. Touchdown.
This guy just continues to impress me. Every time I watch this team play, he seems to come up with big plays.
Which brings us to number 2, and that is none other than Halo Reach. Now, it may surprise some of you that this is not number 1 on my list. If you guys know what a big Halo fan I am, I do really, really enjoy Reach. I love the single-player campaign, and I do actually enjoy the multiplayer in this one. There's some different modes that I've really gotten into. I like SWAT. It's probably my favorite multiplayer game type to play, and in my experiences with it thus far, yeah, there are going to be those games totally get your butt kicked, but for the most part, I've been able to stay competitive, and that's the fun of the game. That's in Halo 3. I found myself just getting worked over far too much because I don't have unlimited hours to pour into playing Halo. So, but I find that with this one, I'm able to stay a little bit more competitive, even though I don't play it all the time. We're taking a look, actually, at a single-player mission that was one of my favorite missions in the game. Much like the original Halo, where my favorite mission was the sniper mission in that one, this is one of my favorite ones, and that's the sniper mission from this one, where you're basically infiltrating this Covenant stronghold, you and another guy on your team. And that was the aspect that I really enjoyed, you're part of this team of Spartans, and you really feel that team aspect of it as you play through the game. The graphics, of course, are off the charts. It's amazing. The voice acting is really, really well done, and it's, like I said, the story is compelling, and it's a lot of fun to play through, and it being a prequel, you know how it ends, but it does a good job of keeping you entertained throughout the whole campaign. And multiplayer is where the fun of the game really is, once you beat the single player. But I find myself going back and playing the single player just because I had so much fun with it. So that's the mark of a good game. You find yourself going back and playing it more. And my friend and I have played some of the missions co-op, and that's a lot of fun. It's just a really well put together game, and they keep adding new things to it. With Forge World, it's almost unlimited what you can do with it, and there's some amazing people out there that do some amazing maps. So you're never going to run out of things to play. That's what's really great about it. So, but yeah, I'm going to step back here, let you guys enjoy a little bit of this mission, the gameplay from Halo Reach, and we will see you in a few minutes with the number one game of 2010.
Recon Bravo to Noble 2. Stand by for contact report.
Standing by to copy, over.
We have eyes on multiple hostiles patrolling the settlement. Is what we're looking for, Cat?
Negative. Too small. You're not in the dark zone yet. Engage at your own discretion, but keep moving.
You heard us, 6. Drop those tangos. This one's mine. Open fire.
Incoming. Looks like you really pissed them off.
So by now I hope that you are all racking your brain trying to figure out what number one could possibly be. And this is the reason that I put the little caveat at the beginning that said, this wasn't necessarily a game released in 2010, because this particular game was actually released fairly late in 2009, but I didn't pick it up and start playing it until this year. And this is a game that has sucked up so much of my time that it couldn't possibly be anywhere else on this list but number one. So without further ado, the number one game is... That's right, folks. None other than Borderlands. Now, this is a game that I picked up after Christmas last year, and on the recommendation of a friend of mine who was playing it. And we got so into this game, I kid you not, we probably played, I don't even know how many hours, but we usually play once a week, and, anywhere from a couple hours to, 6 hours. So you factor that in, that we play just about every week for, on average 5 hours a night. You figure it out. Needless to say, I've spent a lot of time with this game and have really, really, really enjoyed it. I will say this, if you don't have someone to play with you, it's an absolute grind. I don't know how anyone could play through the game by themselves, because it's just not the same game playing it solo as it is playing with a buddy. And we've had so much fun playing through the game. We've beaten the main story once. We've beaten all the story-based expansions at least once. The only one we haven't played all the way through is the Mad Moxie's Underdome Riot, which is basically like almost like a deathmatch style thing, where you go in these arenas and you have to fight wave after wave of enemies, and it's pretty hard with just the two of us when you get into the later ones. So we haven't finished that, but we've done everything else, and we're actually like 3/4 of the way our second time playing through the main campaign. So needless to say, we've spent a lot of time with this game, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's an FPS. It's at times a platformer, which is kind of frightening. It's got RPG elements to it, the way you level up your character. What we're taking a look at here is me mowing through some of the zombies on the Zombie Island expansion. And the game is funny. It's entertaining. It's just I wouldn't say perfectly made game, because there are some issues, but if you get into the game, those issues, they don't hinder your enjoyment of the game. There are a few things I would like to see. What's funny is that my friend and I, we've basically not broke the game, but pretty much broke the game. Between the two of us, the way we had our characters set up, we never run out of ammo, because my character has ammo regeneration that carries over to anyone in my party, and I play as the soldier, and he plays as the sniper character, and each character has a special ability that they can use. My guy has a turret that he can throw out, and his guy has this bird, and that will go out and attack the enemies. And one of the skills that his bird has is that it can make the enemies drop health and money. So he's got that to the level where basically we will never run out of money, and we will never run out of ammo. So pretty much we can do whatever we want as far as that's concerned. But it's still a lot of... I mean, we're not indestructible, mind you. There are stuff that will kill us if we're not careful. So, it's still a challenge to play through the game, but yeah, we make a pretty darn good team. And we've each got, very, very good guns. Although, I will say this, in one of the expansions, they introduced a new level of gun. Basically, there's rarity levels of the guns, and they're based on color. And they added a pearlescent weapon. And as much as we've played the game, we've never found a pearlescent weapon. So I don't know, I don't know if they need to bump that up a little bit. You would think, as much as we've played, we would have found one, but we never have. So, not that we haven't found great guns on our own, but it's just kind of funny that we've never found that epic pearlescent weapon. So, But as you can see, my guy is pretty brutal here, mowing down these zombies. They were really no match for me. This gun right here is probably my favorite gun in the entire game. It's called the Pestilent Defiler, and it just eats things alive. There's various types of additional damage that each gun can do, and that particular one has acid damage, which is especially good against humans, not so good against anything that's robotic, but just the amount of stuff you can find in this game is unfathomable, and like I said, we've played that much and we've never gotten bored with it, so that is why this is my favorite game from the last year. And like I said, if you have somebody to play with, I highly recommend checking it out. If you don't have someone that's interested in playing it with you, I skip it. So that's my only caveat to this game. But I'm going to step back and let you enjoy a little bit here, and I hope you enjoyed my top 9. I'll be back with a quick little quiz.
I love this damn thing. It's like having another soldier on the field. Bueno down. Ha ha. Real mistake.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this look at my top 9 favorite games of 2010, and I can't wait to play through 2011 and take you guys along for the ride on what I'm playing. I really hope to get more into doing reviews and stuff if I can find the time to do them. I want to have more content on this channel, and I hope that you guys are enjoying the content that I am putting out there. So, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Sorry that it took so long to get through all 9 of them, but I hope that you appreciate the effort that I put in, and hope you enjoyed looking at my favorite games from this past year. Take care, and we'll see you next time.